안녕하세요. 저는 하나뿐인 할아버지 손자 세훈입니다. 한국말이 좀 짧아서 영어로 하겠습니다. 양해하세요. 감사합니다. For those that don't know me, my name is Sehun, and I am Youngro's one and only grandson. My grandfather is someone that has been an important part of my life since the day I was born. To be quite honest, it wasn't necessarily my mom or my dad of who I wanted to become like in my life. It was my grandfather. Whenever someone would ask me in front of my mom, who do you resemble after? Who do you take these things from? I'd say my grandma and grandpa, but mostly my grandpa. From a young age, he was always an admirable person. He was the biggest, strongest, and most handsome kid. He told me he grew up beating everyone in sports. He ran the fastest, and no one wanted to mess with him or fight him. Yet even from that age, he was always humble and quietly worked hard behind the scenes. It was unbelievable what he did in terms of bringing my mom and her two siblings to America and starting a wonderful dry cleaning business that gave him the true American dream and all the opportunity in the world for me now today. It is because of him I was able to grow up having a good life and attend college like I am now. He was truly a hard worker and a very likable person, which I'm sure all of you in this room can attest to. However, I want to talk most about what I love most about him and how it affected my life in such a positive way. It was my grandfather who originally made me and wanted me to play golf. He would take me to the same driving range most of the time in Stanton, California, where he would buy me seemingly unlimited buckets of training balls for me to swing away at. There was this one time where I was swinging and accidentally threw my whole golf club up into the ceiling, breaking all the lights and glass up top, shattering everything and scaring everyone there and putting everyone in danger, including my grandpa. I don't remember much of that, but all I do is remember him smiling and laughing it off. It's his calm presence and easygoing personality, and I saw that at a young age, and from that, I try to resemble my personality after that as an easygoing person. There are some loved ones in our family who may talk a little too much and just ramble a lot, like his beloved wife and my harmony. Me and my grandpa were just always on the same page. And during dinners, when she'd be rambling about something random or just keep on talking, we would just look at each other, smile, and then laugh. And then one of us, doesn't matter who, one of us would just say, "많이 많다." We just had this connection that is hard to explain. We both never had too much to say what would go on during any family activities in general. I just think I'm the free-spirited, go-with-the-flow person I am because I just saw how my grandfather accepts how everything is in life and he makes the best out of it. I attribute my positive, calm outlook on life because of his consistent demeanor of being a happy, non-grumpy person. Even though I mentioned how my grandpa had this calm presence, this did not keep him from being an outgoing person who is also very amusing and funny to everyone. I'd see the way he acts with his friends when we go out to lunches after we play golf or play ping pong at his church, and he was the life of the party. He was always very, very popular with the girls. He always had them giggling, laughing at his jokes, and he just had this handsome presence about him that made everyone around him smile. There's no one else in my family who I can definitely say I got some of these special gifts and genetics from. This is why I and many others refer to him as young man, as he had this youthful happiness and presence about him that honestly never went away even as he aged in years. I'll never forget coming home every day from school, especially in high school after a long, tired soccer or running practice. Half the time, or most of the time, I'd just be in a very tired, droopy mood. But after seeing my grandpa at the dinner table, I could just see him ready to devour all that wonderful Korean food my harmony just made, just like how I would. And this just made my day, every day, pretty much better, just seeing how him and I were both thinking the same way. I really don't know anyone else in my life who could just make me feel better by just being there in his presence. He didn't have to say anything or be in the center of the room. I'd honestly just feel satisfied and content if he was there. I'll miss talking about him at random times of how cool he was back in the day, what he accomplished, how him and my harmony met, and their unique dynamic. His random life stories in general, of him leaving North Korea and my harmony escaping. And it'd just be funny when I'd just be downstairs in the same house as him, doing nothing, and I'd randomly hear him with his wonderful laugh, contagious laugh, just laughing from a random Korean drama or show. But mostly, I'll miss saying goodbye or goodnight to him, knowing I'll see him the very next day or very soon. I'll always call him young man and give him a kiss and say, goodbye, young man. So with that, I'd like to say, I'll miss you very much, young man. 너무 많이 사랑해요. Thank you.
사랑하는 할아버지를 축하하며 이 자리에 함께 해주신 분들께 감사드립니다. 한국어를 아직 잘 못해서 영어로 하겠습니다. 양해해 주세요. My 할아버지 was the person I loved and respected most purely in this world. It is precisely in my impossible attempt to honor him today, in a language that was not his own, that I know this to be deeply true. I know that I have never had the ability to accurately understand my 할아버지's words, to fully experience his stories, or to converse back and forth freely and uncover deeper thoughts and create unexpected conversations. And yet, as a young child, and until the last time I got to see my 할아버지, I melted with comfort and joy whenever I got to be close to him. Since I lived so far away, I would daydream about my favorite ritual of hugging 할아버지 good morning and sitting down next to him at the beautiful breakfast table my 할머니 always so lovingly prepared. 할아버지 noticed if I favored a particular fruit or kind of potato and would nudge it gently toward me. He traced my facial features and gave me kisses on the cheek and made me feel loved for who I was. He was wise and proud, kind and humble. He enjoyed life and laughed sweetly and was the most famously good-looking young man back in Korea and until his very last year. But beyond my eternal gratitude for the time I got to spend with my 할아버지, which I know my older sister shares, I am aware that he was a husband and a father first, a committed partner, a young family man who set his alarm at night to wake him every 2 hours to change his newborn daughter's diaper himself. A father who left his high-paying job position in Vietnam because he could not bear to be so far away from his 5-year-old son. 할아버지, I cry out of gratitude when I think of you, because I truly cannot believe how lucky we all are to have both known you and to have descended from you. I see you in my extraordinary mother's face, her gestures, her never-ending sacrifice. I recognize your echoes in the softest and strongest parts of all of us, and I have no doubt we will feel you in your beautiful great-granddaughter who is about to be born. We are all sad, but endlessly grateful for the time we had with you, our most special 할아버지. Although there is no one else like you in the world, I promise that we will continue to try and honor you and our harmony by striving to be even one bit as good and loving as you were. I thank you so deeply for the foundation of our lives. 감사합니다, 할아버지. 영원히 언제나 사랑해요.
그러니까 살 뻔했다.
여권이라 사진 잘 안 나오거든요.
네. 그래도 한 편 쓰시면 되네.
이것도 사진 크게 나와요. 여권이라.
자식이 좀 찍으라고 그러냐.
언니가 여기 저희가 저희가 정말
끝날 때까지. 끝날 때까지.
이거 끝나고 오래 있어. 목사님 뭐 여기서 가려고. 그만 찍어도 돼?